Hey, how's it going? In today's video, we are going to talk about the MacBook Pro's Touch Bar. Not the MacBook Pro Touch Bar, the MacBook Pro's Touch Bar. Let's get right into it. So here's why I wanted to talk to you about the Touch Bar. I feel that the MacBook Pro's Touch Bar has really been misunderstood. Let me explain why. When Apple originally introduced the Touch Bar, they said that they've replaced all the function keys and they've given you this brand new shining Touch Bar that's going to do so many more functions. Everyone was really skeptical before they received their MacBooks, and after they received their MacBooks, almost everyone said the same statement in their YouTube reviews of the Touch Bar. They all said that the Touch Bar is really just a gimmick. And every single one of them followed that statement by saying that they could have done whatever the Touch Bar does with keyboard shortcuts and it would be much faster. That's not what Apple actually intended to do with the Touch Bar. What I understood in all the time that I actually tried the Touch Bar out in different places is that the Touch Bar is really a replacement of the trackpad, not the keyboard. Think about it. Every single function that shows up on the Touch Bar is something that you would have actually done by using a trackpad and the mouse pointer. You would have moved your mouse to a certain point on the screen and then you would have clicked, or you would have clicked and dragged. And if you take that one step further, think about all the things that are keyboard shortcuts. Why are they called keyboard shortcuts? It's because they're an alternative to using the mouse. They're functions that you would have normally done by moving the mouse pointer to, again, a menu on the screen and then click the button. So what Apple has actually done with the Touch Bar is they've given you a way to touch or tap on buttons without having to move the mouse. They're not replacing any of your keyboard shortcuts. They're just giving you a different way of interacting with software without having to use the trackpad. And I only realized this when I was actually working on the text edit app and I closed it, and it shows three options when you close it. It's delete, cancel, or save. I always had a problem using these options with a keyboard. If I press enter, I think it saves, and if I press the spacebar, I think it canceled it out, and there was no shortcut for the delete key. So I would always have to either move the mouse to delete and then do that action. When I actually did all this on a Touch Bar MacBook, as soon as I hit the close button on the text edit window, three options just popped up right in front of me on the Touch Bar and said delete, cancel, or save. I didn't have to think about anything at all. All I had to do was tap delete and boom, it was done. I'll take another example. Entering emojis. I know, it's a very small little thing, but think about it. When you have to enter emojis without the Touch Bar, what you actually do is you press Control Command Space and then the emoji picker pops up. And it's not even instantaneous. It takes about half a second to pop up. So when you actually hit Control Command Space, the emoji picker pops up. You then move your mouse to whatever emoji you need to use. You scroll up and down and then you tap the emoji once or twice, and that's how you use it. And even when you do all of this, when you actually press emojis on that emoji picker, they don't appear instantly on the text field. They take, again, a half a second or so. Now with the Touch Bar, all I need to do is tap the emoji icon, look at all my emojis and just keep tapping them, and they just keep showing up. Think about this. What is the one thing that got replaced when touch interfaces were introduced? The mouse. Just look at the iPad, look at the iPhone. Keyboards are still in there, and they're literally the virtual forms of the physical keyboards that you have on your desk. But the mouse pointer is completely missing. And that is actually the point of touch devices, to replace the mouse pointer, to give you functionality that you can just tap without having the accuracy of a mouse pointer, but still making it easy and fast to access. Now, a lot of people might argue and say, look at Windows, look at the way they're doing things by just introducing touchscreens in their entire operating system. And to those I would say, people don't really use them that often as a desktop computer with touch interfaces. They either go to a tablet mode and use the touch there, or they stay in the desktop mode and use the mouse and keyboard. And Microsoft is actually proving that by actually giving you a button to switch between those two modes. So it's really important to understand that a regular desktop environment is not touch friendly. And what Apple is doing with the Touch Bar is it is actually making a regular desktop environment touch friendly by not allowing you to touch the desktop environment, but allowing you to touch functions that were in the desktop environment on a touch interface. All of this is proof that Apple has actually designed the Touch Bar as a replacement for the trackpad. They're actually bridging the gap between using a traditional PC or a traditional Mac with a mouse pointer and a keyboard and moving towards a hybrid of using the Mac interface without a mouse, with just a touch interface and a keyboard. So I really think that Apple's doing the right thing by introducing the Touch Bar, and they're actually heading in the right direction with this. I'm hoping that there's going to be way more improvements in the actual Touch Bar functionality, and at some point this would lead to the dream that everyone has of having a macOS and iOS hybrid kind of a scene. I'm pretty sure it'll become a reality if Apple keeps going down this path and makes people comfortable with using touch interfaces on the macOS. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more awesome stuff. Until next time, see ya.